Another time in the age of wonder.
So Gawker is finally dead. Parts built will live on, they've been bought out and so on, but what the fuck. It's a victory, let's celebrate it, let's not diminish it by worrying about these sorts of things. Now, lots of people seem to be incredibly butthurt about this and seem to think it's some kind of threat to freedom of speech, which is ironic coming from Gawker and from the kinds of people that are always saying, you know, there must be limits and so on. Gawker was deeply, deeply unethical, and it fucked up a lot of people's lives. It screwed up a lot of things for a lot of people. What we should be asking, really, is why, given all these transgressions, given all the borderline and over-the-line illegal activity that Gawker was involved in, why did it take so long, and why did it take a multi-millionaire wrestler backed by a billionaire to take them down? Why wasn't justice available to all the other people? I mean, Gamergate did a lot of damage to it, you know, softened it up, I suppose, for Hogan and his backer. But still, the impact of an ordinary person on such a deeply unethical and nasty company was negligible. We live in a system where justice has to be bought, and you have to be incredibly wealthy to buy that justice. So if there's any note of caution that needs to be brought up in this, it's not a worry about freedom of speech and so on. And I'm saying that as a deep, deep advocate for that. I mean, they broke the law. Whether the law is just or not, you can argue, but I would say invading someone's personal life for no public interest, I don't think that's defensible. I don't think forcibly outing people is defensible, which they've also done. And never mind all the other nonsense and bullshit and slander and libel that they've engaged in over the years. You know, never mind all that. Well, the real issue here is that it took a millionaire and a billionaire ganging up to do any damage to them whatsoever, to stop them. And they're hardly the only site out there doing this. They were just the biggest one. You know, they got away with it for so long, and it took purchased justice to make it stop. That's what we should be talking about. That's what we should be bemoaning. It should have been a David and Goliath story instead of a Goliath and Goliath story. Just something to think about. If you like what I do here, please like, subscribe. You can find me on social media, on Twitter at Grimachew, James Desborough on Facebook, James Grim Desborough on G+. My main website is postmortemstudios.wordpress.com. If you want to help me out with a little money, which will go to support my games, writing and other projects, you can do so at Patreon, which is also Grimachew.